Who knows someone who has debt, right? Mortgages, student loans, credit cards, car debt. We all know somebody, and we may be that person too, right? I'm sure everyone on here has something, or maybe did have something at some point. Okay. Now, the reality here of American debt, right? The average American carries about $103,000 in consumer debt. That includes including mortgages and student loans. Now, excluding mortgages, the average non-mortgage debt is $21,800 per person. And the average American holds almost four credit cards. And just in my short time doing this, these numbers are disturbingly accurate. It's insane what we have going on here. It's because we're in a culture that has been trained to spend, right? And to spend money that's not necessarily ours and getting ourselves into a little bit of a debt situation. Now, what about auto and student loans, right? Anybody here go to college? Put a me in the chat if you went to college. I got a master's degree in business, not necessarily using it. How many of us went to college and we're in a field now that we don't need a degree for? It's kind of how it goes sometimes. So the average student loan and car debt per borrower is over $24,000. And here's the thing, you guys, most households have two of those. Almost all of them have one, but most have two. The average student loan debt per borrower in the US is around $38,000. Now, the total US household debt, all kinds of debt combined, is over $18 trillion as of 2025. So, as a nation, we are in over $18 trillion in debt. That's a lot of zeros. And that's a big problem, right? It's no wonder that we're seeing so many issues that we're seeing right now. And who, when in debt, operates at their highest capacity, just as a person, right? It's like we're walking around with a dark cloud over us all the time because we're worried, right? We're worried. What if there's more month and not enough money? That's scary for people. And we've gotten ourselves into this position, and it's kind of like, how did we get here? We don't know. But we start off coming out of college already in the hole. And then we have to get a car, and then the water heater goes out, and then you need to get new tires, and things just start to spinball in the wrong direction. So, true or false? People prefer to be in debt. What do you think in the chat? True or false? People like to be in debt? If you asked anyone, hey, would you like to get out of debt faster? What do you think they'd say? What do we think? Do we think people like being in debt? No, probably not. I don't know anyone that's like, you know what, Paige, I'd prefer to be in debt. I'm good. I've never had that happen. And I think if I did, there might be some other issues that are underlying there. But I've never had someone say, you know what, I'd rather be in debt. I'd rather take the long road here than pay this off sooner. How do people feel about interest? Maybe it's a necessary evil. Maybe, right? But do you think anyone likes it? What do we think? Do you think people like paying interest? No. No, it's like adding salt to the wound, right? We're already buying a $35,000 car. And then how much interest are we paying on that? What is that car actually like worth? Well, not worth, but how much are we paying for it? Almost double sometimes on interest. Same with our houses. I go through on the debt-free life calls that I do. I go through and show everybody how much interest they're paying. And a lot of times it doubles what kind of debt they have. So they think that they've got this, like they look at the principal, they're like, cool, I'm taking away at this thing. But then what we don't factor in is all the interest that's not showing on there. So of course, no one likes being in debt. Here is what might piss some people off, because it pissed me off when I was looking at this. Okay, so let's look at borrowing costs. The average credit card interest rate is 20%. And we just saw people are carrying almost four credit cards these days, carrying a balance. That is a crap ton of interest. Mortgages, the average interest rate is 6.59% right now. And that's for people in their 40s, right? I kind of did like a middle of the road, 40s, 50s. And just from talking to people, this is pretty standard right now. Maybe you got in during COVID and you've got a 2% interest rate. You're like untouchable. Just kidding. But that's impressive. Most people have around here right now. Student loans, 6.39% for federal undergraduate student loans, undergraduate. Auto loans, about 6.73% for new cars. So we're seeing some pretty good interest rates here, right? Banks are making a lot of money off of us. One study estimates, it's on this next slide. One study estimates that the average American will pay over $649,000 in only interest over a lifetime. So the average American is going to pay our banks over $500,000 just to exist in their lifetime for mortgages, credit cards, student loans, auto loans, everything, just to exist. Hey, thanks for borrowing. Thanks for letting me have this money. Here's how I'm going to pay you in return. Now, let me ask you, where do a majority of Americans save their money? In savings accounts, right? How many of us have a savings account? Put a yes in the chat. Do you have a savings account? Now, I want you to tell me here, what is your average, what's your interest rate on your savings account? What are you earning on money that they're holding for you? I have a high yield savings account, you guys. And guess what? I earn like 1%, maybe on a high yield. The average is about 0.4. I've had a lot of people tell me, oh, that's too high. I get like 0.08% on my interest rate for my savings account. So that's kind of gross, right? We're holding our money in the bank and we're making maybe 0.4% interest rate.
And Paige, they're loaning that same money out at the interest rates that are frustrating the heck out of you that we just talked about, right? 5% mortgage, 20% credit card, 15% auto loan.
Yep. Yep. Just wait. This next slide is going to really piss some people off. At least maybe I'm the only one pissed off here, but I'm pissed off. So look at this. $10,000 in savings. If you just hold that in there, you're earning $40 a year on that with this interest rate. So this is hanging out. The banks are using this. They're loaning this out to people. It's not just sitting in there with Barry's name on it. Like, hey, Barry, here's your 10,000 with a bow on it whenever you want it. That's why it takes a minute to withdraw money because they're using this money, right? People are taking it out for car loans. They're taking it out for mortgages, all of these things, right? So they're using this while it's in there and they're paying you $40 a year for it. Thank you. $40. Here you go. We're so generous. But then what does the bank do with your money? The bank then loans out your $10,000 for a car loan at 6.7% interest. They're making $360 a year using your money. So you earn 40. The bank's earning $360. Who's winning here? Put in the chat, who's winning in this scenario? Oh, we're already almost to 90 comments, you guys. This is going to be good. I'll give you a hint. It's not the consumer. The banks are winning here, right? So why do people stay stuck? What happens? We work hard to pay down our debt, right? Again, no one likes being in debt. No one likes feeling like they owe somebody something. It's diminishing. It breaks down your confidence. It sucks, right? But the system isn't designed to help. The system is designed to keep our spending high and to keep debt even higher. What if you could fix it? What if how many people are on this call right now? What if everyone on here could help fix this? Last time I saw there were 27 people. I can't see. Oh, here we are, 32. What if all 32 people on this call could fix it? And you can. You could help people eliminate all of their debt in 9 years or less, a lot of times without spending an extra dollar that they're spending right now, while also helping them gain the financial edge in the market. When we turn all this debt into an asset, that creates leverage for people, that creates impact for people, that creates opportunity for people. Who would not want this for their mom, for their sister, for their cousin, for their brother, right? For their neighbor. Who wouldn't want that for the people around them in their lives to have financial edge, to be in a place of opportunity instead of a place of dread that the month's going to last too long and the bills are going to keep stacking up? And this can also help your business too. So imagine doing that. Imagine helping people around you genuinely get out of debt. And you're also boosting your insurance business at the same time before making any cold calls. I don't know why I put cold calls on here. Before making any calls, we're not cold calling. But before making any calls, What if you could do that? What if you could boost your business without having to make a single phone call at first? I'm not saying don't make a phone call. I'm not saying that this is the only way out here, but I'm saying what if you added this in? So here's some real numbers for you guys here. So the average APV per resetting agent. So if you're not a subject matter expert, you're just resetting a friend, a family, a client. The average APV is about $1,600 for you. So if you do 5 of those in a month, that's 8,000 APV, $5,000 in advance commissions. And how much should you spend on leads if you're doing the strategy that I'm going to talk about here? Zero. What if you did that in your first month? What happens if you issue $8,000 in your first month? Anyone want to say in the chat what happens? In 1 month, what happens? You get promoted, right? You get promoted. This counts for you. And who in here, maybe you're brand new, maybe you're not, who in here could use an extra $5,000 without doing anything, right? All you did was connect some dots. Who could use an extra $5,000 right now by helping out a couple people that you care about? Who could use that? Who could use that next month? The debt-free life problem here is the easiest way to serve people that you already know. This isn't about hitting people up, asking them if they need life insurance. I've been doing this for almost 6 years, and I can tell you, I've already had way more people reach out to me in the last month and a half than I've done this than have ever reached out to me in the last 5 years. Because this is different, right? This is different. This is something that they see directly impacts them. A lot of people in our culture, we don't feel this way as insurance agents because we get it. But a lot of people think life insurance is just going to benefit the people around us when we die. So it's not necessarily something that we're like on the edge of our seats wanting to get, right? I thought that when I first, like before I even started here, that why get life insurance? It's just going to help the people that are around when I die. I don't want to think about me dying. I don't want to help them, right? So if they're seeing us post about this a lot, maybe there's a little bit of a wall up. They don't understand everything that life insurance can do. But if they see that we can help them get out of debt in the next 9 years, that's interesting. That impacts me, right? That's something that I want to do. So I'm going to teach you guys how you can leverage social media and just regular texting with people to help get them out of debt. And you're going to be earning commissions on every single sale just by doing this little step. Anybody interested in that? Put a yes in the chat if you're interested in that. Now, here's what I'll say, you guys. Some people are going to do this. Some are not going to do this. And that's okay. Whoever chooses to do this, though, is going to have major impact down the road. Adonaya on here has already scheduled 3 resets with me, and we've got 2 that are pending right now. And those 2 were over like 6,000 in APV. So it really does work. And all he did was connect them with me on my calendar, and I took it from there. Ibble has already reset a couple of people. We've got some things in the works for her. Sherry Smith's already reset somebody. We've got some things in the work for her. Crystal Shepard's already reset somebody. Crystal doesn't even have her license yet. She's just getting started and she's already reset. She got 2 resets out of that. Pretty cool, right? This is what can happen. So if you get started already in the green, already with money coming in, already with trust, already with confidence, because when you have people reaching out to you, asking you what you're doing and how this could work for them, that gives you an edge, right? That gives you confidence rolling in here. And then that struggle that you're going through doesn't feel so bad. Doesn't feel so hard because you know you've got some good stuff going on over here while you're learning the system over here. Okay. So I'm going to go over some posting strategies for brand new agents. Now I am going to plug this with, I'm actually in the works of creating a 30-day plug and play text program. But here's the thing, you guys, you're getting a like leg up in this because these posts are going to be in there. So you're getting a 10-day head start. Okay. But I am going to do that. And if anybody wants it, text me. I'll put my number in the chat here. Text me who you are and let me know that you want in it, because what it's going to be is just 30 days. I'm going to text you once a day with a post and a little bit of training, but a post that you can copy, paste, tweak to be your own. But we can do that and you're going to see what happens. Sherry Smith, I don't know if she's on here, but she did this and she got somebody reaching out to her on her like seventh day after what she'd been posting. Okay. And I think we're going to help this lady do some big things. So you never know. And this is about a pipeline. Okay. If you post this, and I'll show you the post in a second, I promise. But if you post this and you don't get anything your first day and you don't post the next day, that's on you, okay? It doesn't work like that. You might get a couple bites. You might get a couple people messaging you, but then they flutter out. This is about the long game here. And people need to see that this is something that you really care about to build trust. We see a lot of stuff online. We see a lot of like fleeting moments of, hey, I just joined this company. I'm excited to sell these lotions and potions. And then 2 months later, you don't see anything from that person again. That's the society that we live in, right? We see a lot of popcorn going on. So if you're consistent with this and you play the long game, I've been doing this for almost 6 years. And I have people just now reaching out to me, both to join me in this business and also to be a client. People I have known forever that are just now reaching out because they see that this is something I'm committed to. And it did not take 6 years to get all of those people, right? It's not only been now that I'm getting bang for your buck. So I'm not saying that you have to do this for 6 years before you see results, but you do have to commit to this. Even on the days where you're like, oh, my calendar is full, I'm busy, the kids are everywhere, my life is insane, I don't have time to make a post. You do have time for 2 seconds to copy and paste something. And if you don't, you're going to regret it, okay? So I'm going to scare you. Do this, commit to this, and you will see results. It's just a matter of time, and it's free to do and takes zero time at all. You can do this on the toilet, okay? I said that on the recording. You can do this while you're going to the bathroom, okay? So you can. So I'm going to share my screen again. I'm going to switch this, and then I will open it up for questions, I promise. I'm going to stop share. Hello, everybody. And I'm going to reshare. We already are at 100 comments, you guys. I'm very proud of us. You either like what I'm saying or you're just like, Paige, stop talking. Okay, so this is a very, very high-tech, very fancy document here. I'm going to talk you through it. Again, this is kind of the beta of this program I'm going to do. It's called Kickstart. So this is something you're not going to have to pay for it, I promise. It's just something that I want to create and leverage for our team so that we can get more of this, right? There's a lot of people that we can help, starting with those around us. So post number one, super easy, right? Big news, just started something where I get to help families wipe out debt in 9 years or less without spending any extra money. I'm learning the ropes, but I'm super excited about the impact this has already made for people I know. Curious? Comment info. Post one, okay? Post these with a picture, you guys. If you just post it, words on Facebook, no one cares about that. We have to get people to stop their scroll, and people stop their scroll when they see people they recognize. So put your face on there, put your cute dog on there. I post my son on there a lot because people like it, right? People, it doesn't even matter what I post. It has a picture of him, and people are going to stop and look. So do that. Leverage how humans operate with visuals. Put a picture of yourself with every single one of these. Doesn't have to be good. Who cares? Just a picture of you. Okay. Post two. Did you know the average person will pay 2 to 3 times the price of their house in just interest? There's a strategy that can cut that down to under 10 years and build wealth at the same time. It's been around for decades, but most families don't even know it exists. So drop me a message if you want to see how this works. Post three, and this is one day at a time. Do not post this on the same day. I don't think anybody on here is crazy, but don't do that. It's a lot of time wasted. Once a day is okay. That's fine. You're going to be okay. Post number three. I've been looking for a way to create more freedom and stability for my family, and this checked every box, helping people get out of debt and learn how to build wealth at the same time. That's impact. I'm brand new at this, but if you're curious, I'm going to connect you with my mentor. DM me info, and I'll make sure you get the details. Okay? I just learned about a family who cut their 27-year mortgage down to 8 years without changing their monthly budget. Imagine what you could do with 9 extra years of paychecks back into your pocket. If you want to see what this looks like for your family, comment info below. So again, you're doing a call to action. You have to have this in there, you guys. You have to tell people what to do, or else they're just going to be like, oh, that's nice. Moving on. You have to tell them what to do, okay? Comment info, and I'll get you the details. I'm not going to read every single one of these because I will make this available to everyone on this call. Don't worry, you will not be left out. But that's how the gist of this works. And this is just 10 days worth. I'm going to come up with 30. And you want to know what's super cool? Is you could take this, copy it, put it into chat GPT and say, can you give me another post that's like this, but not exactly the same? And then it'll give you another one. And then you've got 11 days. And you can do this down the road for as long as you want, just ongoing. Okay. Where do you think I came up with these posts, you guys? ChatGPT helps a lot. So use that. It's a great tool to help take some of the brain paralysis by analysis out and just help you focus on what's important. Consistency, getting the information out there. This is not going to stick with everybody. This is not going to stick with everybody. But again, we're not looking for everybody. What if you just find 5 people? That's an extra 5 grand that you could have in your pocket by helping 5 people. Not too shabby, right? So that's this part. Oh, I put all this stuff at the top. I was used to scrolling down. I also have a story post. So this is super cool. On Facebook, Instagram, people love to see stories like on your Facebook story. So here is a 3-slide story that you can post. And this is just words on screen. You can do this with a picture of you, whatever. But did you know the average American will pay over 600,000 in interest in their lifetime? Use bold, stark background, maybe a shocked face or an emoji. Like I got directions in here, you guys. Next slide, immediately after that, mortgages, car loans, student loans, credit cards. Debt feels like it never goes away. People are like, yeah, I know. It doesn't. It doesn't feel like it ever goes away. You get your car paid off, and a couple years later, you get a new car. Then you're back to square one. But what if you could be completely debt free in 9 years or less without spending any extra penny? What? Wait a second. What? Poll. Yes, showed me. Need this yesterday, right? Easy. Tap. Anyone who clicks on that, follow up in a direct message. Okay? Super, super cool. And you can do this multiple times. Like you could do this today, and then you can do this on Thursday, and you're going to catch different people. You can do this every 4 days. You can do this every 3 days. Don't do it every day because they overlap, your stories do. So do this like every 2 days, every 3 days. Change up the words a little bit if you want to. You'll get good at this the more you do it. I promise you. You may think you're terrible at social media. Everyone's terrible at everything before they get started with it. So just be consistent and you will get better at it. I promise you. Texting. Any texters in here? Anybody like to text? So here's something, and this is something that I want to preface with sending this to people that you have a good relationship with, not just people in your like contact list that you don't really know that well. That's when that can be a little creepy. Okay. So use your judgment. If it's someone that's like not going to be like blow you off because you said something and you haven't talked to them in 10 years, don't do that. But someone that you know, right? Someone that trusts you and already likes you, that's what this is for. Okay. So, hey, can I run something by you real quick? My company just rolled out a platform that's helping families get completely debt free in 9 years or less without spending any extra money. Most people don't even know this exists because it's not taught anywhere. I would feel super weird not sharing this with you. So, I wanted to ask if the free info would be interesting to you. What you do with it's completely up to you, but at least you have it. Is that creepy to anybody? Give me honest feedback. Is that something that if you got that from a friend or a family member, you'd be like, ew, scammy? No. Like, that's interesting, right? Right? Next message, when they reply, 10 to 15-minute phone call to see what it would look like for you. If it's not a fit, no big deal. You'll at least know your options. What does your schedule look like this week? Blah, blah, blah. Okay, I'm going to get you scheduled for this day at this time. I will give you a call then. And here's what you're going to do. You're going to use this calendar link. You're going to click on it. You're going to put in their details. You're going to put in your phone number. I'm going to call you and you're going to 3-way them in. Okay? So that I'm not some random number calling them and you're not involved. This has to be a 3-way conversation for a couple of reasons. First of all, you want to get that commission, right? If you're not on there, that's not really fair. But also, it's that trust, right? That's what's more important about. Like, it's the trust. So if they know you, Adonaiah, and they're like, I don't know Paige at all, but I know him, I trust him, and you're introducing me as the subject matter expert, they're going to trust me a little bit more instantly than if I just called them randomly. So be on there. You're going to be that 3-way person. And all you're going to do on here, you guys, is do a soft introduction. Hey, John, this is Paige. She's a subject matter expert here in our financial services department. She's the one that I was telling you about that runs this whole program that helps people get out of debt in 9 years or less without spending any extra money. So I just want to introduce you to her. She's going to kind of talk you through this, but just want to make that connection. And then boom, I take it from there. That's the only words you have to say the entire call. You're muting out, you're listening, and I'm running it from there. Can anybody do that? Be honest, put a yes in the chat, put a I can do it, put a done button. If you can do that, if you can say those words, if you can make that connection piece. If that is that possible? It's possible. It's easy. It's simple, right? And the people that are going to be helping, people that are going to be interested and easy to work with are going to be the ones that you help. Just like with our clients, right? If we have to strong arm somebody to get onto the appointment, if we have to like talk them into it every single time we talk to them, they're not a good client. And that's not your fault, that's their fault. So we're not focusing on the not good clients, we're focusing on the ones that want the help, and we will help them. And if you throw this out there enough times, you're going to find the people that want the help. Now, if they don't reply to any of these without scheduling, if they schedule, you're good. They're going to get reminders, they're going to get stuff, they're going to be fine. But if you don't hear from them after message 1 or 2, send this after 24, 48 hours. Hey, just circling back on my last text. I know it was random, but this is a big deal. I don't want you to not have the info. What are your thoughts? This is a big deal. Where do we learn about managing debt? Where do we learn about financial literacy? Where do we learn that stuff? I'll give you a hint. It's not from school. Sometimes we learn it from banks. Guess who's making all the money there, you guys? Are banks really the place we want to learn about that based on the numbers I showed you earlier? We learn about this from our parents. But what do our parents know? They know what their parents taught them. They know what the schools didn't teach them. Here's what I do know. This program is what Walt Disney used to start Disneyland. Anybody heard of Walt Disney? This is what Ray Kroc used to start McDonald's. Anybody heard of McDonald's? This is what J.C. Penney used. The Rockefellers are famous for using participating a whole life to leverage in their businesses. This isn't something that just dodo birds are using. This is something that really financially wealthy, successful people have used. So why can't we get the same results? Walt Disney didn't start off with money. Ray Kroc didn't start off with money. J.C. Penney didn't start off with money. They weren't born into it. They used this to build it. Did I put this on here? I did. Okay, so what happens when somebody messages you or comments on one of your Facebook posts and you're like, Paige, what do I do next? What do I say? I have that written for you too. Don't you worry. So, message number 1, when they comment on your post, they say info, and they're like, what is this? How's this possible? Is what you're going to say next. So you're going to direct message them. Do not post in your own comments on your page. That's weird. And also, you want people to come to you directly, because what you don't want to have happen is people scroll through your post and get all the answers that they think they need and then just keep on going. You want to pique their interest so that they reach out. Okay. We like to have that suspense. We thrive off of that. So let them come to you, and then you take this to the DMs. So you're going to slide into their DM. You're going to say, hey, Barry, I saw your comment on my post about the Debt Free Life program I've been talking about. Short version, this isn't something brand new. It's actually been around for decades, used by wealthy families. It's just finally now available to regular people like us. Most people I help ending up getting completely out of debt in 9 years or less without changing their monthly expenses. I'll ask you a couple quick questions and just see if this might be a good fit. Does that sound good? And they're like, sure. Okay, what kind of debt are you working with right now? Mortgages, cars, credit cards, student loans, personal loans, a little bit of everything. Most people are going to say a little bit of everything. Awesome. Are you making any overpayments to principal on any of those right now? People love to talk about that. I've learned people love to talk about overpayments. They're proud to be able to do that. And people feel good about the opportunity of getting out of debt sooner. It's like an adrenaline rush, right? It's like a dopamine hit. We like the idea of not having to be in debt as long as we thought we would have to be. Feels like we're cheating the system, right? And that feels good for this. So yeah, I am making some overpayments, just a little bit here and there. Okay, awesome. That's great. Sounds like getting out of debt is important to you. How soon would you like that to happen? There should be a space there. Oh, I think this goes without being said, but please put their name in here. Don't put name. Make sure that whatever is in all caps, you're changing to be what's necessary here, okay? When do you want that to happen? A lot of people are going to say yesterday. 100%. Let's do this. Let's decide a quick chat and see if something like this makes sense. Do you have any time tomorrow or what's today? Tomorrow or Thursday or Friday? Put the day in here for the correct one. And does before 5 or after 5 generally work better for you? I've got some time tomorrow at I get home at 6. Okay, awesome. I'll get you scheduled for tomorrow at 6:30. Please have all of these ready here. Just any debt, principal balances, interest rates, minimum payments due, and any overpayments you're making to principal. I'm going to call you from my personal cell. Put your phone number in here. Talk to you then. Then here's what you're going to do. You're going to go to this little linky link right here. You're going to click on it. You're going to put in all of this. If they sent it to you, you can update this as you go. They're probably not going to send it to you ahead of time. That's okay. But you can fill out what you have for them, at least what you know. They set a couple things up here. Maybe they told you what they have, so you can add that in there. It's okay if you have nothing aside from their name, though. Okay. It's easier if you have more because the call is shorter, but it's okay if you have nothing. That's all right. Don't let that deter you. But you click on that. You schedule their name. You put your name in there too. You put your phone number in there, and I'm gonna call you, and you're gonna three-way them in. Okay. And I'll coach you a little bit before we talk to them, but that's how it goes. Easy peasy. You're going to do the booking. Don't just send them that link. People never do that on their own. There's not a lot of like type A's out there like a lot of us on here. So if you just send them a link, it's going to go to La La Land. They're probably never going to look at it. But if you just ask them what day works and you manually schedule them, I'm telling you it works 9 times out of 10. And if they didn't work, then they weren't going to work anyway. Then if they don't reply to any of those other messages, like before you booked it, if they didn't reply to anything after 24, 48 hours, again, hey, just circling back on my last message. I know it was random, but this is the big deal. I don't want you to not have the info. What are your thoughts? And they'll tell you. They'll probably ask some questions here. And if it's a question you know the answer to, you can text me. You can post in the Teams chat. We'll be here. I'm here to help you. And you're going to learn. You're going to learn the answers to these questions. There's only a couple questions people generally ask anyway. So once you know the answers to that, you'll be fine.